Hi, my name is Sherman Warner. I'm one of the two activity directors for the Beehive Homes in Rio Rancho. And this job has been a blessing for me. I really feel like a blessed person because my last job I was a supervisor in a 600-bed geriatric hospital in Connecticut. And after 27 years, the stress was just getting to be too much. And at the same time, my daughter had moved to New Mexico. She married a guy from Albuquerque. And that's the reason I'm here, because I was able to retire and I followed her out after maybe 2 years of her living here. And where we were living up in Enchanted Hills, and about a mile away from our house, they were building a new beehive. At the time, I didn't know it. And I inquired one day about what kind of place this was. And they told me, and I had figured, well, I've been retired for 5 years now. It's time to kind of get back to society and get out of the house and do something worthwhile. I was hired right on the spot, and ironically, the next day, someone else had come in for the same job. So if I'd waited one more day, I wouldn't have the job I have now. And I'm just so happy here. And one of the reasons I got the job is because I read an article in the paper about how dementia can kind of be stalled by listening to the music that you grew up with. And I have quite a collection, probably 30,000, 40,000 songs on CD and record. And so when I saw the article, I said, I got to cut this out and bring it in. Maybe that'll help my chances of getting the job. Because that was the main reason I decided to try for the job, because of the music. I thought that would be a good way to volunteer, but when they read my credentials about how I worked at the former job at Geriatric Hospital in Connecticut, they said, we're going to hire you for a regular job. Would you like that? I said, sure, I'll try it. And I couldn't imagine myself doing some of the things, playing bingo and doing crafts. But after about a week or so, I said, I wish I had this job 30 years ago, because it's the best job I've ever had. And some of the activities we do, you wouldn't think you could do it. We play croquet, but I call it croquet bowling. We have a frisbee, where we throw frisbees at the bowling pins. We do regular bowling. I have a motto, MVP. M for doing mental exercises, because you want to keep their mind fresh to kind of stave off the dementia. V for visual. I really enjoy putting movies on, TV shows. The residents really seem to enjoy the music from back in the 30s and 40s, the musicals. Ball and ball and ball, deep in the heart of Texas. And I played the music from when they grew up, all the way from the 30s up to the 1960s. And we have younger people here. We have an average age here, I figured out, is about 92 or 93, but we do have people that are in their late 60s, early 70s, and that's the age I'm at. So I can really identify with these people, because someday I may be living here. I should put my reservation in. But this job has really helped me to stay young. It's been good for my health. I've lost like 30 pounds since I've been here. I've been here 5.5 years now. Routine varies. For each place, it's a different type of people. Some are more active than others, so you have to kind of adjust your routine and your activities to kind of suit them. But I really try to do as much as I can in each category. M for mental, V for visual, and the last one I didn't mention was P for physical. I always start out the morning after breakfast doing exercise. We'll hit a beach ball around, then we'll do something fun like kicking the ball or doing the bowling or croquet or frisbee or whatever. And we also have beanbag and dart balls. And I really try to come up with something different all the time, because I know after a while doing the same thing it can get monotonous. But they also come up with ideas too. I was brought up on a lot of word games. I became very good at spelling because my mother and father just kind of drilled into me about doing word games where you had to make up words, end in certain letters, or try to rhyme words. It's one thing we did today. I gave them endings for words, and they had to add a letter to the beginning. And it's a lot of fun to see them try and think of words to come up with. And we have one lady here, she comes up with 10, 12 letter words. I'm thinking, this is really something. It's so much fun to see them thinking. And sometimes you may not come up with the word you're thinking that they should say, but they come up with something different, and you think, my goodness, I didn't even think of that word, and they're thinking of it. So it's really been a blast. I just enjoy commiserating with them and reliving their past history. Sometimes I'll play a song and someone will sit back and say, gee, I remember what grade I was in high school when I heard that. So I'll stop the music and we start talking about that. So I'm very flexible. I may come in with a certain schedule, but whatever they want to do is, I go ahead and do what they want to do. And if they think of something, like I said, when they hear a certain song, they kind of go off track and start talking about that. I'll just set up a bunch of chairs around them and we'll just start talking, and they have so much fun reminiscing. One of the favorite subjects is talking about the old music and favorite movie stars, singers, and it's just so much fun because this is the kind of stuff I was brought up on, watching TV and listening to music, playing instruments. Once in a while I play the piano here. We have a group of church singers who come in and I'll play the guitar with them. So we really have a lot of different activities here. And if you're going to live any place besides home, this is the place to call home. And I hope I'm working here for a long, long time, because it just makes me feel a lot younger than my age, and it's just so much fun. I've just really been blessed.